Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Friday, March 15, 2024. Today at General Hospital, Nina drops a bomb on Joss. Gregory decides what to do with his future, and Marshall finds out why he was given the wrong diagnosis. Please be aware that we might get a tiny commission on any purchases you make after clicking on a link in this article. While at the hospital, Portia contacts around in an attempt to find the doctor who misdiagnoses Marshall, Dr. Paul Braddock. She is accompanied by Curtis, Marshall, and Stella. When Portia gets called away, Stella answers the phone. The person on the other end will make an effort to locate the physician and return your call. Stella informs Curtis that at this point, there is nothing more they can do, and he should go to his physical therapy. Finn edits his father's work in his office, while Gregory remarks that Finn's keyboarding abilities have diminished. He declines Finn's offer to retype it for him, saying it is not required. Cordia, bearing Heather's MRI radiology report, interrupts them. Gregory makes the decision to leave. While strolling through the hallways with Robert, Diane looks at something on her phone and mumbles, "I'm going to break her kneecaps." Portia and Finn approach them, saying they have to speak with Robert. Kevin tries to provide Heather with a psychological assessment in her room with Laura at his side. She makes a lot of mistakes and complains that she can't focus because when she looks at Kevin, all she sees is Ryan. When Laura and Kevin go outside, they see a specialist in the hallway with Finn, Portia, Robert, and Diane. If only Kevin could declare Heather to be sane. Robert interrupts, telling him it doesn't matter because Heather is heading to San Quentin. Portia interrupts, declaring that she is staying put. Laura believes Diane is leaving, so she follows suit. She is stopped by Portia, who informs her that Laura is able to come because Heather has given her her medical proxy. Although Laura is shocked, she surmises that she is the last surviving member of Heather's family. The expert outlines his hypothesis that Heather's previous hip operation is the cause of her cobalt toxicity. He says it's been going on gradually and frequently shows up as psychological issues. He inquires as to whether they have seen any adjustments in her behavior over time. Stella sits at the nurse's station, waiting for a call. The doctor's diagnosis is confirmed by Heather's test results, which also show that the existing hip replacement needs to be replaced. Although Laura claims this information explains why Heather went insane, Robert believes the prison is capable of doing that. According to Portia, they risk legal action for neglecting to treat Heather because this is a matter of human misery. Stella receives a call back in the meantime, is taken aback by what she hears, and turns to face Kevin as he leaves. When Laura and the physician visit Heather, they learn through testing that she has cobalt metallosis as a result of a failed hip replacement, which may have affected her behavior. She's shocked because all the doctors have ever stated is that she's crazy. The physician emphasizes that although they must repair her hip, they must first treat her cobalt toxicity. Heather requests a moment by herself with Laura. Now that Laura is Heather's guardian, Heather wants Laura to clarify this for her because she's puzzled. Laura claims she isn't her guardian just in case she becomes incapable of making choices. Heather sobs, saying that she is currently finding it difficult to make decisions. Should Laura have this replacement, she asks. Heather can't decide, even though Laura informs her that this is a personal decision. Laura feels it is her duty to do so. Afterwards, Heather queries Laura about what transpired and when everything went so wrong. Laura claims that if it helps her feel better, she occasionally feels as though she has lived several different lives. It seems as though Heather is falling through the air and the earth is coming towards her. The upside, according to Laura, is that even though she has made a lot of mistakes, she still has time to make things right. When the physicians get back, Heather signs the operation approval paperwork. After promising to start things off, Portia and the other physicians depart. Heather, alone herself, questions Laura about Kevin's demeanor in bed, wondering if there are any similarities between him and Ryan. "This is shocking," remarks Laura. I thought we were getting along so well. According to Heather, they are. Heather shouts, "Was it something I said?" as Laura bids her farewell and walks away. Curtis can move his legs considerably, and Marshall observes him during his physical therapy. Following the doctor's departure, Marshall expresses his pride in his son. Curtis feels pleased with his dad for going up against Dr. Braddock. Curtis wants to know what his father thought of the physician. Marshall claims that at first he was gentle with him and told him that one side of his brain was at odds with the other. He had to work hard to obtain the recommended medicines, though, because he couldn't afford them. But the medicines were making him stiff and ineffective. So Dr. Braddock recommended shock therapy, which came with a hefty price tag. He didn't take well to the doctor's outburst. Stella stops by Kevin's office to ask him some advice. She finds out that Dr. Paul Braddock was well known, so she asks if he knew him. "You can say that," Kevin says. Stella delivers the terrible news that Dr. Braddock passed away just before Christmas to Curtis and Marshall. But the answers Marshall seeks are upstairs in this hospital, not in Baltimore. They go to see Kevin in his office, where he tells them that Dr. Paul Braddock became well known, a notorious one. Kevin claims that Marshall wasn't diagnosed with schizophrenia. Rather, he was misdiagnosed due to his age, gender, race, poverty, and anger. Breaking into Alex's office, Nina accuses her of smearing Sunny in her article about what transpired at the docks. She must cease offending Alexis, or else she will resign and be allowed to head the newspaper. When Gregory brings his story, Nana grabs it to make sure it's not the same as what ran yesterday. Gregory clarifies that the youth outreach program of PCPD is the subject. She calls it unprofessional and queries why there are red marks all over it, as well as why he didn't submit it online. Alexis orders her to leave her office if she wants this paper's edition published on time. Huffing, Nina heads out. Gregory receives an apology from Alexis, who also notes that Nina is unaware of his ALS. Alexis disagrees, arguing that Nina wasn't incorrect and that he can no longer live up to her expectations as the publisher. This is going to be his last article, and he begs her to let him leave with dignity. After making the necessary edits, he will electronically submit the copy. He expresses gratitude to Alexis and says it has been his joy. Gregory comes back to Finn's workplace to accept his offer to retype his piece. Does Alexis like it? Finn asks. Though Gregory claims she always appreciates his work, he has decided this is his last article since he is not cut out for the newspaper industry. Finn claims that he has always desired to write a novel, so perhaps he can cross that goal off his list. After Finn turns in his last piece, Gregory makes the decision to go home and try to get a nap before Violet gets there. He promises to see Finn at his house. Finn gives his close buddy who works for Doctors Without Borders a call. He says the best neurologist he's ever worked with has been diagnosed with ALS and might use his assistance. Sadly, his Paul is currently unable to return because they were transported somewhere unsafe in the world. Diane storms into Alex's office, repeating a rumor that a red-headed lawyer in Port Charles is having an affair with the district attorney. According to Alexis, Nina installed a gossip columnist, which is why. She informs her that Nina has set Sunny, her top customer, off limits, which is wonderful news. Alexis is furious that no one reads newspapers anymore since everyone scrolls, and if it meant leaving this location, she would practice law for nothing. Diane wants to make Alexis a proposal. She begs Alexis to join her as a partner since she detests that everyone believes she is a mob lawyer. She's been disbarred and isn't allowed to practice law, Alexis reminds her. Diane is confident that she can reverse that. When Dex asks Joss for assistance packing up his house, she declines. She claims she doesn't understand why he left. She draws him into a kiss and inquires as to how he can go. They dash into the bedroom with items. Dex says he still needs to pack after making love, and she can't believe he's going to be leaving. While she refers to it as a choice, he says he has to. Dex claims that he doesn't know Sunny as well as he believed. implying that she might be considering Jason in light of his shooting of Dante. Because of their similarities, Joss maintains that Jason did not shoot Dante, and she finds it incomprehensible that they would remain devoted to Sunny. According to Dex, she might as well be terrified of Sunny and the person he's becoming into as a result of him. Joss offers for her to accompany him when they get dressed, but he understands that her family is too significant to her. That's not him. He loves her and wants what's best for her. She claims that if her mother asked her to speak with Sunny, he would listen to her and she could shield him from him. Dex worries that it's too late. Joss answers the door when someone knocks. Joss asks Nina whether she's looking to stab more people in the back. Nina wants Dex to let Sunny know that she is searching for him and that she was unaware that the invader would print the piece on him. "Have you seen Sunny read a newspaper?" Joss mocks. When Nana notices the boxes, she inquires as to if Dex and Sunny are going somewhere. According to Joss, Dex and Sunny are over each other, just as Sunny is over her. Nana claims to be her mother's daughter and surmises that Joss will be the next to go if Dex broke up with Sunny. Not only is Joss a cuter version of Carly, but Nina also wagers that the only secrets Joss enjoys are the ones she keeps to herself. Joss queries her meaning. Nina assumes that when she saw Dex leaving Cyrus's hospital room disguised like an orderly, he told her nothing about it. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.